All right, guys, the last book of Second Samuel, Second Samuel 24, about a page and a half. And again, the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel. Wonder why. And he moved David against them to say, go number Israel and Judah. Take a census. For the king said to Joab, the captain of the host which was with him, go now through all the tribes of Israel from Dan even to Beersheba, and number ye the people. He's saying on Joab to do a census, that I may know the number of the people. And Joab said unto the king, now the Lord thy God add unto the people how many soever they be, 100-fold, and that the eyes of my lord the king may see it. But why doth my lord the king delight in this thing? Notwithstanding the king's word prevailed against Joab and against the captains of the host. And Joab and the captains of the host went out from the presence of the king to number the people of Israel. And they passed over Jordan and pitched in Aroer on the right side of the city that lieth in the midst of the river of Gad, and toward Jazer. Then they came to Gilead and to the land of Tatim Hodshi, and they came to Dan John and about to Zidon. They came to the stronghold of Tyre and to all the cities of the Hivites and of the Canaanites, and they went out to the south of Judah, even to Beersheba. So when they had gone through all the land, they came to Jerusalem at the end of 9 months and 20 days. And Joab gave up the sum of the number of the people unto the king. And there were in Israel 800,000 valiant men that drew the sword. So they had an army of 800,000 men that drew the sword. And the men of Judah were 500,000. So they had 1.3 million men ready for war. And David's heart smote after him that he had numbered the people. And David's heart smote him after that he had numbered the people. And David said unto the Lord, I have sinned greatly in that I have done. And now I beseech thee, O Lord, take away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done very foolishly. Wonder why he thinks that. For when David was up in the morning, the word of the Lord came unto the prophet Gad, David's seer, saying, go and say unto David, thus saith the Lord, I offer thee three things. I offer thee three things. Choose thee one of them, that I may do it unto thee. So Gad came to David and told him and said unto him, shall 7 years of famine come unto thee in thy land? Or wilt thou flee 3 months before thy enemies while they pursue thee? Or that there be 3 days pestilence in thy land? Now advise and see what answer I shall return to him that sent me. And David said to Gad, I am in a great strait. Let us fall now into the hand of the Lord, for his mercies are great, and let me not fall into the hand of man. So the Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel from morning even to the time appointed, and there died of the people from Dan even to Beersheba 70,000 men. And when the angel stretched out his hand upon Jerusalem to destroy it, the Lord repented him of the evil, and said to the angel that destroyed the people, it is enough. Stay now thy hand. Like, that's enough. And the angel of the Lord was by the threshing place of Araunah the Jebusite. And David spoke unto the Lord when he saw the angel that smote the people, and said, lo, I have sinned, and I have done wickedly. But these sheep, what have they done? Let thy hand, I pray thee, be against me and against my father's house. And Gad came that day to David and said unto him, go up, rear an altar unto the Lord in the threshing floor of Araunah the Jebusite. And David, according to the saying of Gad, went up as the Lord commanded. And Araunah looked and saw the king and his servants coming on toward him. And Araunah went out and bowed himself before the king on his face upon the ground. And Araunah said, wherefore is my lord the king come to his servant? And David said, to buy the threshing floor of thee, to build an altar unto the Lord, that the plague may be stayed from the people. And Araunah said unto David, let my lord the king take and offer, let my lord the king take and offer up what seemeth good unto him. Behold, here be oxen for burnt sacrifice, and threshing instruments, and other instruments of the oxen for wood. All these things did Araunah as a king give unto the king. And Araunah said unto the king, the Lord thy God accept thee. And the king said unto Araunah, nay, but I will surely buy it of thee at a price, neither will I offer burnt offerings unto the Lord my God of that which doth cost me nothing. So David bought the threshing floor and the oxen for 50 shekels of silver, and David built there an altar unto the Lord, and offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. So the Lord was entreated for the land, and the plague was stayed from Israel. Okay, I want to Google that. Like, what caused the plague? So Gad, the prophet. Three choices. So God gave three choices to David. A pestilence for 3 days. Go hide for like, I don't know, was it like 3 years, 3 months, or be the hands of your enemies or whatever. But 70,000 people died, dude. That's insane. So the Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel from the morning even to the time appointed, and there died of the people from Dan even unto Beersheba 70,000 men. Pestilence. So what did David do to displease to make God mad? What did David do to make God angry? In 2 Samuel 24. David knows that he has done wrong. Okay, so he angered God by ordering a census of the Israelite people, which is considered an act of pride and a lack of trust in God's protection, as if he needed to rely on the sheer number of his people for strength rather than on God's power alone. So it says that Joab tried to dissuade David from taking the census. Remember, severe famine for 7 years, or short plague, or your enemies, or fleeing from your enemies for like a couple months, I think. So I guess it's interpreted as an act of pride, where he was seeking to boast about his military strength instead of acknowledging God's role in Israel's victories. They had Israel had 800,000 men. Judah had 500,000. That's 1.2 million. It's insane, right? Anyway, that's the end of 2 Samuel, man. Peace. But didn't God say for him to take a census? Let me read this. And the anger of the Lord was kindled against Israel, and he moved David against them to say. So what do you mean by he? So they're crediting God for doing it? So, like, again, it's God's purpose? Like, what's the purpose of it, though? I don't understand.